I was just doing an absolutely glorious intro spiel, Match Fixer. I'm glad you pointed that out, mate. That was just fantastic. So I'm going to start that intro spiel again because I feel like I was doing magic there. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back. It's BigDenoPlays. We're playing some more Revenant tonight, but I thought I might talk about Miniature Masters Episode 2 before I get started with playing. Miniature Masters Episode 2, really the thing I'm enjoying most about the Miniature Masters viewing experience is just how much it's transporting me back to that time that I got to spend in Umia. And it's really lovely. We all developed a really close-knit friendship with the painters and even the judges who were actually staying at the same hotel. And so, you know, we had a dinner together one night where we got to know each other and up on top of a mountain. We stayed out till 11 o'clock to try and see the Northern Lights, which we didn't see that night, but we actually did see a few nights later. We had, probably 2-3 days together before the actual filming started just to get to know each other and spend time together. And we were all really, close. I got to spend every morning with Josh because we were both really jet lagged. So we would get up at 5 a.m., 5:30, and we found ourselves going for a walk every morning. We'd meet at 6 and then we'd head for a walk around and, breathe in the very cold, fresh air and wake ourselves up and get excited for the day before we'd meet everyone at breakfast at 6:30 to 7 o'clock, depending on when we got back from the walk. So yeah, got some really nice friendships out of that experience, and being able to look back at that time and see those memories and relive them through the episodes has been my favourite part of the experience so far. I'm still in, still in after episode 2. Let's go, Deno. And yeah, it's been great. My painting's pretty good. I think I acclimatized to the materials and the equipment and the workstation pretty well. Certainly was a little bit different to what I'm used to, and I think I took some time to get used to that, but I'm pretty adaptable. I think one of the strengths that I have, over probably most of the other contestants is just the vast amount of experience I have in a myriad of different contexts when it comes to the hobby, the miniature hobby. There's not much in the hobby that I haven't done a lot of. When you look back at the body of my work from a miniature perspective, there's very few things that I haven't done and can't do, whether it's sculpting or bases, painting, non-metallic metal, true metallic metal, whatever. I've done it all. So it's nice to have that experience come into play. It's been a great way to spend the last 30 years of my life. It's all led to this point. All right, we're here to play Revenant. Who's excited? This guy. I've set up the board. We're good to go with Revenant. I need my glasses. Wearing my glasses here. The Big Deno is has become a glasses wearer now. Oh, tremendous. Look at him. And so we've got a few things to do before we're ready to go. We've got to deal out our objective cards. I've dealt out the planets, so we'll look at those. I haven't looked at them yet. I've built this deck, so I'll just quickly shuffle this deck. I did a shuffle before camera, but just for everyone's sake, I'm not going to shuffle the planet cards because I actually haven't shuffled them since the last game. We only use like 3 to 6 a game, and there's 15, so I want to see some new ones. But I have shuffled these. Let's deal these out in a second. And yeah. So I really got into this game on Monday night's playthrough, really enjoyed it. And I was looking forward to playing quite a lot. For tonight, I decided to level up the difficulty. We're playing on medium difficulty now. We gave the easy bot an absolute shellacking. So yeah, we're gonna try it out on medium. It doesn't look too much more challenging. Maybe a few little things that I'll find different, but yeah. So, and I've given myself a new board. So we've got a new resource board. Hey, Gerwin. Yeah, it's really cool. It's been really a real hit for me. Bit of a surprise how much I've enjoyed this actually. So we've got a new captain board and a new frigate board. So the frigate board's rewards are simply big tactics buffs. So that's interesting. The tactics track has some material and neutronium rewards, so I'm happy with that. None of these are any different, so just these ones here. And the captain board, we've actually got a captain ability starting from this level 0, which is interesting. And that is, after I place my captain in a sector that I'm in or a sector next to me, select a fighter, and that fighter shoots down a Voidborn ship, which gets us a tactics as well. So this is going to be a tactics heavy game and a combat focused game. So last game I tried to do a little bit more mining. So in this game we're going to try for still some mining. I think you have to for materials gains. But yeah, it should be quite a different feeling game, which I think is exciting. So let's start off by giving ourselves one of these. This is our thing. It's 5 played instant ones, and this one is, there needs to be 3 little ships on the board. Ooh, we've got to deploy those. That's interesting. That'll be hard to get. I didn't deploy any. We'll see what we can do on that front for sure. I get to deal myself out 2 of these. So these are the hidden influence. So we're going to start with 1 house. Hello. Hello, Victor. Yeah, so I've done quite a few, like if you go back over the last 10 years or whatever since I've had my YouTube channel, I've done quite a few tutorials and painting things. The most recent one I did was on painting red, which was with the Red Witches. And I did a really big series called the Oathsworn series. And the Oathsworn painting series, I'll grab you a link to the playlist, is actually probably the best content I've ever produced. And that's not even a joke. That is easily. I put a lot of time and effort into that that series, and it's all it's all about the process that I take for painting in general. And it's not like a, here it is. I'm just clicking through. Get shareable link. There we go. I will be doing a orc kill team very soon. Yes, that'll be coming up just after I finish my diorama that I'm working on, which I'm hoping to have done in the next couple of weeks. Then I'm going to do an orc kill team. Darren's getting me to paint a kill team for him, which will be cool. I've got a historical bust to paint for QMHE as well, which will need to happen before QMHE. I always like to do a historical bust for that event. And I've got I've actually got a Squidmar figure that I poached when I was in when I was in Sweden. I snaffled it. It's a cool dude on the hand with the like a necromancer guy. It's an awesome figure. Anyway, so Victor, that is probably the best content I've done. It's a fantastic collection of videos on painting everything that I've done. Pretty much all of the ways that I approach things. I talk through everything. So that's my best ever content. Enjoy that. I do have plans to do more. Hey, Cindy. Yeah, so I would like to do some more painting content, but the thing that I tend to spend most of my time doing is the thing that I'm most excited about. And right now, the thing that I'm most excited about is playing games, painting my toys. So sometimes I get excited about making videos, you know, like the amount of time you spend making a video. This is part of the reason why I'm a bad content creator. It takes hours and hours to make a video. Like that Oathsworn series, I would have spent, I don't know, maybe 50 hours putting together those videos. Huge amount of time. And that's 50 hours that I could have been playing or painting models. And that's what it comes down to for me. I'm just, as much as I like having a cool YouTube channel and doing stuff that, you know, people resonate with, I actually do the content mostly because it's fun to have a record of the stuff that I've achieved, and it gives me a little bit of motivation when I'm painting sometimes to talk to people about what I'm doing. So yeah, yes is the answer to the question, but I can't give you a time frame. I think the next one that I've been asked to do, I was asked to do one on skin tones by someone in the Kingdom Death Discord recently. So I will do one on skin tones at some point in the next little while. So something to look forward to. Okay, so we have a Fenrax and a Xenor hidden influence to start the game, which is very good. And I think the only thing we've got left to do is remove 3 little guys and then deal out our 3 starting ones of these. That's the wrong button, Deno. You're a pest. Savant. Oh, we had that one. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. So we may keep these. We get to look at 3 of them and then decide if we want to discard one or take one. Tithes. Good morning, Phoenix. Hunter Seeker missiles. Now we're talking. That's what we want. So this Savant one is actually quite interesting. Anytime you take a move action, you get 2 bonus move actions. So we can move a ship up to 3 spaces. Pretty nice. If we use our frigate, we get 2 science. Also quite nice. And I definitely want to look to level up my captain here. And I think we're going to try and focus on that quite heavily early on, because the captain's benefits as he moves up the track, really powerful. So that's where I'm thinking right now, is I would like to focus. Tithes, that's a really nice one. If your tactics is 5 or higher, I'm guessing, just get one of each of those rewards. Let's make sure I've interpreted that correctly. Tithes. That's card number 4. If you currently have 5 or more tactics, yep, great. And this one, Hunter Seeker missiles. If you're using your frigate, when you do an attack, anywhere on the board, you can do another damage. Is that right? That is awesome. Hunter Seeker missiles. Get around it. That's number 15. During an attack with your frigate, you may deal 1 extra damage in any sector. Damage from any other effect or ability can only be dealt in your sector unless explicitly stated otherwise. Okay, that's cool. So we're definitely keeping that. That's an easy one, a cheap one to build. They're both House Chevaeus too, which means we're probably leaning into Chevaeus again. Savant is working with this. Getting the energy for not using ship movement is nice. And getting 2 science is nice. So yes, that seems okay. But I think I used that already, so let's try a different one. Let's try a different cadet one. Innovator. Okay, so that is also good for us. It's with the other house. I think we had this one as well. So when you use a fighter, yeah. So that's a better one for us. But maybe that's number 5. When using a fighter, you may spend 1 science to use the extra damage from your played frigate cards during this attack. So we can actually use this. That is pretty cool. Applicable frigate cards are 10 to 15. Yep, fantastic. All right, that's great. That works well. So we're keeping those 3. So once again, we want to go House Chevaeus. The Hunter Seeker missiles works really well for us, and I would like to deploy that first. But this Innovator might be better. So the House Xenor ship is this one here. That one I don't think is very good. The house, discard 1 operation card to occupy a planet effect. Yeah, I don't need those. So let's look at the planets now. Boop. Okay, so this planet here has gained 2 science and a mining tag, or take 4 operations cards. That could be hugely beneficial. This one is pay 2 materials and 1 neutronium to deploy a ship anywhere. And this one is 1 energy, 2 neutronium for a corruption. And the other one is 3 anywhere shields and an energy. So that seems okay. This is actually a game, this is actually a playthrough where we might look to block the guy from transporting us doing a hyper jump, because I think we might actually get ourselves into a position to do some significant damage. Okay, so I think Chevaeus is probably the one that feels like the right option, which means we're probably going to make this Hunter Seeker missiles in this first one. And then we go to Xenor in our second one. And then we use our frigate in the third one, and we play Tides. So which option do I want to take here? It's probably kill 2 ships. Fine. We get tactics buffs, which gets us some materials, which is good. The question is, do I do that with my captain and focus on leveling up later on? I think I do. Yes. Okay. I think I have a plan. I think we have a plan that will work moderately okay. Let's see. Let's see how it progresses as this game goes on. This is an exciting game. I like this a lot. Darren, my friend Darren, thinks this game looks like doing your taxes, like capital gains tax. Darren can get wrecked. We get to remove 3. So I want to protect the orange ships here. I want to protect the Xenor ship here. I want to protect Chevaeus here. So we'll go 1 from this location, 1 from this location, and 1 from this location. Do not get tactics for that. That is a benefit that you get for playing the solo version of the game. You discard 3 cards to start the game. Alrighty. So the first thing that happens is this guy's going to go. He's going to flip. I have shuffled these, but I'll do it again anyway. So he's just going to go not Chevaeus. Hey. Alright, so his captain goes to the House Belatan dropship, which is here. Because he's using his Harbinger, it corrupts this ship. And that is all he does on an arc ship. He just goes there and corrupts it. He takes a influence with House Belatan. Our turn, and we're going to start with our captain. Oh, captain, my captain. He's going to go here to the Chevaeus arc ship. So the first thing that triggers, because of my captain board, when I use my captain and I place him on a location, I can then trigger this effect, and that is if there's a fighter adjacent to you, kill a guy in the ship, the location that you're in, or a sector that you're adjacent to. So I can kill here because there's a fighter, and I can kill here because there's a fighter. So I'm going to take this one. So that is destroyed. That gains me a tactics. Then the House Chevaeus thing triggers, and House Chevaeus allows us to remove 2 from anywhere on the board. So I'm going to take this one. Oh, I also needed to deploy my spaceship. I need to do that in a house. Well, let's assume that I am a relatively clever guy, and I went with orange. So my dropship's here, and we've gained a reputation with orange. Cool. So we'll take one off here, and then the second one that we'll take will actually be up here. And those are removed to anywhere on the board. That's another 2 tactics, and that gains me a materials. There is my materials. So now, at the end of my turn with my captain, I have the option to either remove a corruption or level up my captain, or take one of these actions. Now, there is actually an action here that is different as well. Last time, let's make sure I've got that action right. It looks pretty similar. In the sector that there is a fighter killer guy, but let's make sure I've got that right. Captain board. Commander, you may select a fighter in any sector to destroy one Voidborn ship in that sector. Yeah, see, this is actually a very, very different game already. But no, I think we want to play the Hunter-Seeker missiles. So I will spend 1. So we've gone to a House Chevalier dropship. So we're going to go here. We're going to spend at a discounted rate 1 and 1 to buy the Hunter-Seeker missiles, and they go right there on our frigate board. We don't gain any benefit for doing that from this first row, but the next frigate cards we play will gain us buffs on the tactics track. Excellent. And that is the end of my turn. I believe. I gave myself the thing with Chevalius. Yes. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to do this clown. So he's going to go here to this front location. He's going to gain a reputation with House Novaris. He's then going to deploy a dropship, and it will be either Belatan or Novaris. I don't know what the tiebreaker is in this instance because they're both equally the same height on the track. They prefer the house, then the second. In case of a tie, choose the leftmost house on the influence board. So it's going to be a Belatan ship is going to be deployed, and it goes in the lowest numbered sector with the least number of guys. So that comes here. That is still under the ship limit, so that's fine. Hey, in parting, I'm doing well. How are you? Cool. So we've now got our maximum ship limit there. So we've got 2 arc ships, and we've got 4 little baby ships. 6 little guys there. This little card now flips. And next turn, we're going to try and block that space, I think. Maybe. We'll see. Ah, I'm glad. Yeah, I talked about it a little bit at the start. It was a cool experience for me. I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, so we're going to go to House Xenor now. And we're going to go to the House Xenor dropship, I think. Is that what I want to do? Or do I go to a House Xenor fighter? Doesn't necessarily need to be Xenor, actually. I just need to have this amount of resources to be able to play this card. So the House Xenor dropship is here, so I could move 1 space and drop down there, which could get me 3 materials, or spend 2 materials and 1 neutronum to deploy a ship. See, that's interesting. But the other option is I could just take orange dropship here and go here. Take the 2 science, rank up the captain maybe. But no, I definitely want to do. Yeah. I think we want to use Xenor and get that discount. So unfortunately I don't have an increase in speed. So if I was to use this Xenor dropship, it doesn't get me any value. I'm all about that value. Maybe we are going to go Fenrax and just... Do I want these operations cards? Yeah, okay, so there's always a few things to keep in mind. You can always discard these cards for a resource at any time. So I think we may actually discard this Xenor one to get the science that I need. And I might take some more cards here. This is a, I wouldn't say risk necessarily, but could also do this. No, I need to do this. Okay. House Chevaeus dropship is up there. That doesn't help me. Yep. So we're going to go with my second plan. So I'm going to take one of my guys and he's going to go here on this dropship with House Fenrax. So we're going to gain another reputation with Fenrax. I'm going to fly down here to this planet. And I think I'm actually going to take a corruption. I gain this discovery cube. And I'm going to get 4 operations cards. Zorel is the name of that planet. We'll just make sure I've got that right. I'm sure I have. I'm getting pretty comfortable with the iconography on this game. It's certainly not the easiest game to pick up, but now that I've got my head around it, I really, really, really like it. Zorel. Where are you, planet Zorel? Draw 4 operations cards. Ooh, yeah! So, I think, remembering that we need to play 5 of these to achieve our objective, I'm going to take 1. Static discharge. That's awesome. Remove a ship anywhere on the board again. Okay, let's look for another crew upgrade. Fanatic. Oh, this is perfect. This is leaning into my strategy so heavily already. That I'm confident what that is when you do damage in the sector that you're in, that you kill 1 or more of those guys, you can deal 1 damage to a friendly small ship to do an extra 3 damage. I'm sure that's it. Yeah, that's easy. Okay, so that's going to be very, very good for one of my guys. So I might take a frigate board now. What have we got? A void fused cannon. Wow. Okay. So if I was to play that now, that gets me 2 tactics level ups, which I quite like. And I don't have an orange card, so I'm not going to be able to play it. A double tap it, I mean. My plan is to definitely play this one still. Let's take another immediate one. Overcharge. Yeah, I've had that one before. That's good. That is quite potent also. Okay, I like having lots of cards. Gives me lots of options. I am now going to discard this House Xenor influence to take a resource. And the resource that I'm going to take is a science. And I'm going to play the 2 science and the 1 energy to give that guy Innovator. So Fanatic looks pretty cool. We want to use that probably on my other cadet. Overcharge looks very powerful indeed when we get this ability of the Void Fused Cannon. So that is place down a corruption in the sector that your frigate is in, remove 3 guys. That is crazy. Tithes is good. And these 2 are with yellow, so we probably want to start moving up yellow. That one I like. That might be the one we go for next turn, maybe. Okay. So that was my next turn. So we've got these cards now. So the next thing that happens is this Voidborn guy is going to go on a dropship. The dropship he's going on is Chevaeus. Interesting. Okay. So here he is. He moves down here on this planet. He takes away the research cube. And he gains a reputation with Chevaeus. And that's it. That is it. So us now. So my last guy is going to go into my personal shuttle. Exceptional. I get a science because I've gone to one different location with my cadets there. I also gain one of these. It's another Xenor. That's unfortunate. But we can always cash that in. Then I have the choice. I can treat it as a dropship, or I can treat it as a run and gun. So I think we're going to treat it as a run and gun. So we're going to move one space to here. I'm going to shoot this guy off, which gains us a tactics. And then, because of my Hunter-Seeker missiles, I could actually do this on a fighter and spend one science and gain the same reward. And then I would actually get, I'm not going to do it this turn, but that's what Innovator lets me do. So as we level up, that'll make our fighters a little bit more effective. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Now, thanks to my Hunter-Seeker missiles, I can shoot one guy off the board anywhere I want. We already want to see this sector get destroyed. That one definitely seems fine to me. I would prefer this orange ship to not be destroyed. Yeah. So I'm going to shoot one of these guys down. Hey, Mr. Sibo. Yeah, I even said to myself, I've got to make sure I get captain. I've got to get captain buffs for this guy because he's actually quite a powerful captain. He just does huge rewards up here. Like when you play these cards, getting discounts, that's incredible. And doing that, so I'm going to definitely level him up as one of my early actions in the next turn. Because I'm going to trigger that guy, the two little cadets next. So it's the end of the turn. And now I can play a card. So if I was to play, can't play that one, but I can play Tithes. So I can give up this materials to gain a materials, a science, and a neutronium. And I'll do that. And that'll set me up next turn to use that same guy to also get me a thing. And that is also one card towards my objective of having 5 of those played. So that's nice. We've got 4 bonus cards there, which is cool. It'd be good to play both of those yellow ones and level up my yellow house, House Dunlork. Those guys have shields in Voidfall, House Dunlork. They're annoying. Shields and escape pods. Okay, that's the end of the first round. A bit quicker when you don't have to explain all the rules. So, let's do this. All of the little guys come back. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Done. And then the 3 yellow guys. I always use yellow as my nemesis in case you're watching for the first time, because one of the guys I play with on a Tuesday night, Koki, he always uses yellow. And I always use pink or purple. Purple is my preference, but pink's fine also. So pink and yellow are the 2 colours that I'm most used to seeing and most associate with my enemy. Good times. The spaceships come off the planets, which is fine. And turn order resets, that doesn't happen in a solo game, so that's fine. We now move on to this. So in Sector 1, I am higher on the tactics track, so I'm getting to choose here, 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 here. He's choosing 1, 2, 3, which is great. So I do not have any of these ships. He's going to prioritize the ship that he has the least with, which is yellow. So he's going to go 2 damage, 1, 2, destroy that drop ship. And that will take them down to 2. There'll be a corruption which we'll put on this little fighter. Cool. Here we get to choose how the damage is allocated. I'm going to choose to allocate that to House Yarvek, the fighter. It's just 1. No damage, no damage, no damage. 2 damage. We're going to put both of that on House Yarvek. 1, 2. Here, no damage. Here, 2 damage. Unfortunately for us, he is going to put that on the Chevaeus dropship. Nah, yeah, no, he does. He does. The Freo Dockers, yeah, that's not why I choose purple. That is not why I choose purple. It's just one of my favourite colours to paint, that's all. It's a cool colour. So we've done all the damage. We've put out that where there's rifts. Remove shields. We didn't have any damage go onto the Revenant, so we moved to here. So we're going to roll the rifts. So this rift, we're going to get Cocker, come on, Deno. We're going to get 2 ships on that rift. Roll things, 2 ships. On this rift down here, we're going to get 1 and 1 in each adjacent sector. On this rift here, we're going to get 1 and 1 in each adjacent sector. And on the top rift up there, it's just 1 ship. Cool. We replenish the discovery cubes. And then we replace these with the step 2 ones. Alrighty. And then we gain new tactics cards. So I will definitely take another frigate one. Decon chambers, yeah, that's cool. Cool. And I might take another immediate one. So I've got 5. Political realignment. Okay, that's not a great one for this game that I'm trying to play anyway. Then the... Yep, that's all done. We go back to here. So these guys move to here. They move up to 6 on the tactics track. That means that I need to cash both of these in for actual real life influence, so they have information. When they get to 6, then when they get 7, 8, 9, etc., we'll also have more stuff. Their captain is going to go on a House Belatan fighter. And I didn't destroy a House Belatan fighter, so it should be there. It's there. He would add a corruption to that, but it's already corrupted. Come on! And he does nothing with the fighter. He intentionally misses, which is what it says in the rulebook, which I quite like. Okay, so we know that his third action is going to be to go here to this location and do a hyper jump. How worried am I about a hyper jump? I'm not too worried. I'm protecting my little neck of the woods. It's all happening okay. So I want to level up my captain this turn. Now what about if we go to the orange House Yarvek here, which allows me to do some... Ooh, maybe we could go for a mining there. Or could use that House Yarvek, no. So I get a materials if I move up the tactics track. If I was to go to the House Yellow, House Dunlork, it's going to let me play a card for a discount, and I can get this static discharge, but I could also play 2 cards, and that might be nice. So we'll just double check overcharge. I'm pretty sure that's 2 of the same. Almost certainly 2 of the same. Command card 11. resolve it up to 2 times. Yeah. So right now I've got kill 2 guys, or kill 2 guys, so that's not bad. So I'd be doing a lot more board wiping again. Far out. A lot of board wiping. If instead we went with this Fanatic card, yeah, that could be pretty potent for us. So if I went to House Chevaeus, the decontamination chamber doesn't benefit me much right now. What I would definitely like to do is level up my tactics track quite a lot this turn, because it is going to reset at the end of the turn, end of the round. This 2 science is actually quite tempting now, but this 2 energy is going to be pretty good as well. And that lets me put down 2 shield tokens, which would be fine. Always good to do shield tokens. Xenor's 2 or Yarvek's 2 neutronium. This this play a card, draw a card option from House Belatan is really good, but I'm not going to do it. But if he populates that one, I can then use this and discard one of these that I'm not going to use, like Decon Chambers. I don't think I'm going to use that. So I could go here with Meraxis. Again, that's taking another corruption though, and I don't really have a good way to clear corruption. I mean, I've got this action, I suppose, but I want to play cards. That's placed down 3 shields, gain a research cube, and gain an energy. That would let me play static discharge to remove a guy and get 2 energy. Or let me play overcharge. Where's the yellow dropship? Oh, the yellow dropship's fucking dead. You idiot! Okay. I think I have a plan. I'm not sure if this is the right option, but this is what we're going to do. This is what we'll do. I don't know much, but I know I love you. That may be all I need to know. I'm going to go here to House Yellow. House Dunlock. I'm going to take 2 energy, and I'm going to place out 2 shield tokens. Those shield tokens can go anywhere I want on the board. So I don't think we're going to need to worry about my space, but just in case, I'm going to place 1 here and 1 here. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Then at the end of the turn, I can play 2 cards, or 1 card at a discount, and then 2 cards. I can not play 2 cards. That's a shame. I can play Overcharged, which will let me kill 2 more spaceships, or I can play Static Discharge, which will let me kill 1 spaceship and gain 2 resources. I think we'll take the static discharge, and we get to do that at a discounted rate. So I'm going to play that for 1 energy, which is going to effectively net me 1 energy because I spend 1 and I gain 2. I can kill a spaceship anywhere on the board. I'll kill a spaceship here. That moves me up the tactics track, which gains me a materials. So that's 2 of those cards played. I need to have 5 to score my points at the end of the game. And that is my turn. I moved up that track with that, placed out the shields. Perfect. This guy, right, we want to see another House Belatan. Ah, it's Chevaeus. You dickhead. He goes here. Doesn't corrupt. He moves up Chevaeus. Ooh. And he does nothing. Nothing else. He just takes that away from me. I was actually probably going to go there. What a clown. What an absolute clown bucket. No, that's okay. Oh, I wanted to play that stupid card. Damn. Yeah, I probably should have played a different card last turn. That's okay. I'm going to use my Innovator. He's going to go here on this House Chevaeus shooty ship, the Fighter. The Fighter! I think that's right. Yes. So first of all, when I deploy my guy, I get 2 science. And I'm actually going to rejig some of this so that I can use that. You are allowed to do that, I'm pretty sure. Boom, boom. And I can now use my 1 science, yep, to trigger this Innovator effect. So I can use my Hunter Seeker missiles, and I gained 2 science from that. So the first thing I'm going to do is move 1 space to here. Yep. And I'm going to shoot that guy. He's dead. Moves me up the tactics track. Then, because I killed a guy, you get to move with your fighter. I'll move down here. I don't really want reputation with Chevaeus though, do I? I don't actually think I want to do Chevaeus. I think I'll do... Yeah, I'll do this orange fighter instead. The Chevaeus one is a bad play by me. Same deal. We shoot here, we kill that guy, we move to here. And then I can use my Hunter Seeker missile to drop a spaceship anywhere. I'll drop that one. Gains me another tactics on the tactics track. And then at the end of my turn, I will spend 3 science to upgrade my captain. Oh, captain, my captain. And that's pretty good. And I got to do that because I was using the Innovator guy. He can treat fighters as also gaining my frigate rewards, which is pretty cool. And that's it. Good turn. Okay, so we are teleporting to a new planet. What a shame. Who are you getting? More Chevaeus. All right, I think I've made a good call by aborting mission on the Red House. So the Revenant doesn't get that. So now we are moving this up because we are doing a hyper jump at the end of the round. And that is flipping. Boop. And that's it. Okay. So my last turn is with the captain. Oh, captain, my captain. So we want to use my frigate. Or do we want to use... No, we definitely want to use the frigate because we get a free kill. And I want to get at least 3 tactics this turn. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'd like to get 4 tactics. Is there a yellow fighter that I could use instead? There is. Does the yellow fighter net me what I want? I do have that and that. No, I want to play this card, I think, is the goal. So I need 2 science. My captain just gets to automatically kill a guy and move up the tactics track once, just by being deployed, which is fucking awesome. Oh, is there a cheap captain upgrade actually? I could deploy a ship. We're going to need to clear some corruption soon. That's a problem. Yeah. So there's not an action I can take that gets me 2 science and gives me the 2 yellow. The Chevaeus dropship is destroyed. Who do I want reputation with? Yellow would be good. I've already used yellow. The yellow dropship's destroyed. That's bullshit. Some other option is Xenor. Do I have a discount on Xenor? No. So maybe yellow. The yellow fighter? Where is the yellow fighter? It's here. No. I think we'll go my captain's gonna deploy on my thingy. So I get 2 of these to choose from. Chevaeus or Xenor. I'll take Xenor, thank you very much. And then I want this ship to get blown up now, don't I? I want that ship to get blown up. Cool. So I'm going to move 1 space because you can move a space. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 little ships, so that's fine. We'll blow this guy up. Then that gains me a tactics. Then anywhere on the board, I can choose a location where there is a fighter. I will choose here, and I'll blow up because we want to protect orange. I'll blow up this guy, that's from my captain, which gets me 1 and gets me a tactics track increase from my captain board. And then anywhere on the board, I can shoot a guy down, which gets me another tactics, which gets me another neutronium, which is very nice indeed, because now if I wanted to, I could play decontamination chambers. But I think I'm better off playing overcharge. No, we'll keep the overcharge in the pocket. The void fused cannon, no. Political realignment. That could be interesting. No, we want to play Fanatic, but I can't play Fanatic. That's a shame. All right, well, I'm going to discard one of these cards, and it's going to be the Void Fused Cannon to discard this corruption. So that is discarded. And then that's the end of the round. Cool. So these will shuffle down now. And so at the end of the round, we're going to run through all of these steps, and it's going to be very fun because I'm going to get a lot of cool stuff out of this round. So this moves to here. All of our workers come back. When I killed a guy, I could move him as well. Do I want to move him further so I can allocate damage in a different way? I might move him 1 space when I killed a guy. Yeah, that's cool actually. So we've got here, here, here and here. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's fine. I don't think it actually makes much difference. But it'll be good to be there. It's nice there this time of year, I've been told. I want another captain upgrade. Come on, Deno. Cool, and then his little guys come back. Next is ships come off the planets that they're on, which is none. Then the tactics track turn order resets. So I would be first, but in solo you're always last. Sectors attacks here. So I choose how this is allocated. Both of these houses are bad for me. So I've got 4 damage. I'm actually going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and destroy. Oh, that's a really good spaceship though. That is a really good ship. Take two cards and decon. All right, no, I'm doing it. I'm backing myself. Play to your strengths, Deno. Then we put 1 damage. No damage on him. He's already got a corruption, so there's no corruption added. Nothing happening here. There's nothing happening here, so I can discard that shield. There's nothing happening here. There's nothing happening here. There's 3 here. He gets to decide. His preference is both Chevaeus and Yarvek. It doesn't matter. Because he's going to go protect the Chevaeus option. So he's going to go 1 damage here. He's going to go 1 damage to destroy that. And then he's going to go 1 damage here. Still no damage on the Revenant as yet. That is a House Yarvek ship dropping down. Very cool. The board's looking a little bit scarce now. This is attacking, but the shield defends it. And here, there's only 1 ship, which is green, which is again him. He gets blown up twice, 1, 2. And that is all. No damage comes onto the Revenant. End of the combat phase. Very cool. We now skip to Hyper Jump. So 3 new planets are going to appear. But first, we need to decide where we're hyper jumping. We randomly decide one of these options. Should have done this before, could have planned for it, but didn't. All right, cool. So there's going to be a rift in zones 4, 3, 2, and 1. The 3 planets are down the bottom. That is awesome. That's great for the BigDenoPlays. That's got 2 corrupted planets. That's bullshit. So we've got Illyria, Yautja, and Thunari as our 3 planets. And sector, we've got 3 in this sector. We've got 4 here. And we've got 2 down the bottom. I like this quite a lot. Done. We're going to have 3 more of these. I'm definitely feeling a little bit smoother tonight's game than I did on Monday night's game. Cool, so remove all planets, remove the rifts, remove all spaceships, don't gain tactics. Now I reset my tracker all the way back, which gains me a reputation with a house of my choice. And I draw 2 of these and I choose 1. So yellow or orange. I think I'll actually take yellow. And then the house of my choice that I go up with, it will be Fenrax. So I'm going to go up 1 with Fenrax, which gains me a materials. Perfect. I actually reset to number 1 because my captain is leveled up. So that's good. Then we retrade the planet ones. I get 2 more of these. So I think we'll definitely go for, I've played 2 of those and I've got 1, 2 more. So we'll go a frigate board and an immediate one, defense matrix. Ooh. Minor drones. I need to read that one. I don't know what that is. It says when you get a mining tag, maybe. If you played a mining tag this turn, get 3 of any choice, maybe. Minor drones. That's card number 27. If you have resolved a mine effect at any time during your turn, you may gain 3 resources of any combination that you gain this turn from mining. All right. This looks promising. That's not. Green? Yeah. Orange. Yes, orange dropship. Fantastic. Okay. Don't go on the orange dropship. Yeah, I need to go here to Yalta. So we just need to hope that he doesn't draw a Belatan dropship. That'd be really bad for us. Can't do anything about it, whatever happens. He does. He draws the Belatan dropship. What a dickhead! Oh! Okay, maybe we're going to use that dropship. Okay, that's fine. So Belatan dropship. He moves up the Belatan track. Hey, Zwex. How did you find the latest episode of Miniature Masters? Have you watched it yet? Because that's his Harbinger. He places out a corruption on that spaceship, and it lands here on Yalta and takes away the cube. The cube. Yep. Okay, I think this makes my turn pretty easy. Yeah, always going to do that. What an absolute dickhead. So I needed 2 signs. That's why that was quite punishing for me. I really desperately wanted 2 signs. So I could play this Fanatic card. But, yeah. And I also want to get signs so I can play my captain. If I had have got the ability to drop my captain or a guy there, I could have had a really big turn. As it stands, maybe I'm better off not doing that anyway. Yeah, they had a little bit more time to breathe in the second episode. It was much cleaner, a lot more time focused on things that were important, and yeah, it was pretty awesome to see how that one came together. I'm surprised that the first episode was the shorter of the two, but you obviously had Alfonso's little section and what have you. So, okay, so option right now is I go here with that ship. Do I have a yellow? I do have a yellow, and it's overcharge. Okay, that's the plan. That's perfect. That's the plan. We're playing those 2 cards. That's going to bump up our tactics as well. Excellent. So I'm going to go with the Innovator, am I? No, I'm going to go with this other cadet. So this cadet hasn't done much yet. He's going to go here to this yellow dropship. So we gain a influence with House Dunlork. Arkship, I should say. And we're going to take the 2 science, which is the first option. Cool. At the end of the turn, I'm going to play a card. From yellow, I'm going to play these 2 to allow me to level up or do 2 of these actions. I've only got 1, which is remove a guy where there is a fighter. So I will remove a guy from here. And then I'll do it again. 2 tactics, 1, 2. That gets me a materials. Look, there's obviously a lot of feedback that's happening a lot of the time. The judges probably came through. They came through twice. This episode they were quite specific. They came through twice, one at the 1 hour and one at the 4 hour mark, and they tried to be very precise with their feedback. The great thing about feedback, right, and this is a lesson for everyone, I guess. You really need to consider which feedback you accept and which feedback you don't. You know, sometimes you have to trust your vision and trust your inclinations, because you can see the picture of where you're going. Whereas depending on where you're at in the process, maybe that's not as clear. So there was a lot of great feedback I got, and there's a couple of instances coming up that I take on board feedback very specifically, but in that episode, I didn't really. I just painted toys in a short time frame, which is what I do. So, fuck, it's good to watch though. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Mossy's getting into it too. She's loving it. 3 of those cards played. I'm going to play a second card as my action. I'm going to play Fanatic, and I'm going to place that on my same cadet that we had up there. And that is going to be a glorious turn. The cadet's going to have a ripper. But we need to get science. How am I going to get science? I need to level up the captain. This is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. What ship am I going to use? Probably this orange guy, actually. He's perfect. He's perfect. Yes, so that is my turn completed. So we have this guy moving to here. So he's going to move up this tactics track. And he's going to flip a green fighter. If there is a green fighter. The green fighter's been destroyed. So he's going to try for a green arc ship. It's also been destroyed. He's going to go back to the Revenant. And he's going to deploy a guy. His preference is to deploy a green. No, his preference is to deploy Chevaeus. And he'll go the lowest numbered sector, which has the least number of guys. What are the ships above the corruption markers? Here? Yes. There's an expansion module that came in the Captain Edition called Reason and Faith. I haven't played it yet, I haven't even read it yet, but the reviews I've read is that it's quite good. So it has 2 different types of ships. You have these ones, which are science vessels, and it only has one ship, science vessels, and you can gain hidden influence and do research, and I don't know what that is, which is cool. And then the Faith module adds little objective cards, paradigm cards, which is cool. And that is what those things are. But I have not looked at them yet. But I will. So that flips now. Okay. So we might be hyper jumping earlier than I anticipated. My little superstar. Oh, little guy, my little guy. We're going to throw ourselves onto this orange dropship. Oh, sorry, orange fighter right there. So that gains me a reputation with orange. Now what's exciting about that is I also get 2 science. 2 science. Because I have 2 cadets on different house ships. I've then got these 2 cards in play, which are Innovator. So because I'm on a fighter, I'm going to spend a science. Yeah, I really like. Look, I like all sorts of games, but worker placement seems like creating this engine really seems to rustle my jimmies. I quite enjoy it. Yeah, just seeing how efficiently I can do things, it really appeals to the way that my brain works. I like it a lot. So I gain the benefit of my spaceship things here. Cool. So I will then, first of all, when I do a damage, I can do this. And then when you do a damage, you get to move. And then I can also use this. So this is where I'm going to be gaining some heavy level ups here. So I'm going to move one space, bang, because you're allowed to move when you go into a fighter. It's got strafe. I'm going to shoot with this fighter and kill one of these. That gains me a tactics. Then I'm going to remove a fighter from anywhere I want on the board. I'm actually keen to protect all of these ships now. These are Xenor and this. So we're going to remove one of them, which gains me a tactics. And then I have this fanatical one, which is do a damage to a ship in this area. I'm going to do a damage to this Yarvek dropship. And then I can do 3 damage in the location that I'm in, which is 1, 2, 3. Now I could strafe and move again. 1, 2, 3. That's going to gain me another materials, which is good. But I didn't mine, and I can't afford to play that defense matrix. I can't afford to play political realignment unless I discard a card to allow me to play one of these. So the decon chamber is good, and this is also going to move me up the tactics track twice playing this as well. So defense matrix, move up to 2 shields. When you use your frigate, is place out 2 shields and gain 2 energy. I think I want to try for this mining plan this turn. Who's the dropship I want to use? I would like to use this orange dropship actually, because if I go here and mine, I can play this miner drones, and I can then take a corruption. I don't really need a corruption now. So maybe my best option with this guy, can't level up my captain. I could do that, which is kill another spaceship. But instead, I don't want to play that. Yeah, I don't think I need to play that frigate yet. So I'm actually going to discard decontamination chambers for a removal of that. And that's good. Yeah, this is a completely different game, and I think that's probably the only 2 ways to play the game. It's not really a game where there's like unlimited ways of approaching the game. It's either you focus heavily on resource generation and the the things that come with it, or you focus heavily on firing and shooting down and protecting your ships that way. So, yeah, cool. Okay, so their last action, they're going to go to a dropship. Don't be a pest. Yes. So he can't go to the Belatan dropship because he already went to that, didn't he? Yep, he did. So he's then going to move to here. He's going to go to a Belatan fighter. He's going to move up to level 8, which actually means I have to discard both of these. You are correct. It should have. Thank you. When you clear 3 corruption, you actually gain a hidden influence. So that's a good shout out. So that goes there and that goes there. I have to reveal those because he's moved up this track to level 8. And he's now going to go to the House Belatan fighter, which is not destroyed. Where is it? Not here, not here. Here it is. Cool. And he intentionally misses. Pew, pew, pew. Suck shit. Cool. Back to me. So it's my captain. If I go on my frigate, I don't gain a massive reward for that. I do get to do some shooting, but my captain's going to get to do shooting anyway. Anywhere where there's a fighter on the board. Sure. I think I'm actually better off going here and taking the influence. Or do I just take the hidden influence because I get to draw 2 cards? I don't have an orange card to benefit me there. I'm going to be playing this miner drones anyway. So yes. All right, I am going to go on my frigate. I draw 2 hidden influence. It's that one or Xenor. We'll take Xenor. Good. I will land on this planet. When my captain, he has to be in an adjacent sector. Oh, that sucks. All right, well, I can still do this, and that still benefits me because I gain 2 tactics out of that, which is perfect. I've landed on this planet. I am going to take this mining action, which gains me 1 science, 1 neutronium, and 1 materials at the cost of a corruption. And because of the mining tag, at the end of my turn, I'm going to play a card, which is going to be this miner drones. And I'm going to spend 2 materials. And I'm going to take science. I'll take 2 science and a neutronium. Perfect. Good turn. I also gain a cube. So another cube would be good too, actually. So that ends the turn. Pretty good turn, I think. I did that. Yes, I did that. Yes. I don't get the benefit of playing those cards at a discount. That is such a cool ability. I really need to level that up before. I needed to level that up last turn. That would have been awesome. So good. Okay, well, the Revenant is doing fine. So I've played, okay, this is what I need to achieve in this last turn. I've played 4 instant cards, so I need to play 1 more to achieve this. There is 2 of those little fighters on the board, here and here. So I might need to deploy 1 of those myself to get the 3rd one, because I think he's going to prioritize going to hyper jump. I might hyper jump myself, actually. That could be interesting. Because then I get to choose. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I might do that. Okay, cool. And yeah, so if I deploy a ship, what do you need to spend to deploy a ship? 1 materials, 1 energy, 1 neutronium. I don't have an energy. I couldn't get it from there. I can discard a card to get it, so let's maybe do that. Cool. All right, so we're back to here. So we're removing the spaceship guys and putting them back on our boards. Go cadet. We are then moving drop ships and stuff off planets, which is good. We're resetting the turn order. We are always last, but we are killing it on that front. And then we move down to this section. So in sector 1, 2 shots happening here. 1 goes onto that. Number 2 destroys it. That is a House Belatan fighter. So they are down to 2 ships on the board. But no damage comes onto the Revenant, and there's no guys left to put corruption. Here, no attacks. Here, no attacks. Here, no attacks. Here, no attacks. Here, 3 attacks. 1 goes onto the Chevaeus ship and destroys it. That's raining heavily. Maybe I won't be mowing tomorrow. And then 2 more damage gets floated onto the Revenant. Boom, boom. Last of all is 1 up here. Unfortunately, and this is probably a misplay by me, my frigate is not in position to decide where that damage goes. So he's going to prioritize either Xenor or Dunlork. He is going to choose the Dunlork ship because I have the highest influence with them. But fortunately, there's only 1 damage. However, he is now going to corrupt a ship, and we'll probably have to choose that one. So that's it. That's done. There's no shields on the board, so no damage went on the Revenant to trigger one of these. So we'll go to this phase. So we're going to add guys in the rifts. Here. 3 spaceships in that spot. The maximum number of spaceships there is 6. So that seems like a pretty punishing section. Here, that's 1 spaceship in that spot. That's great for Team Deno. This rift here, 2 spaceships in that section, also not ideal. And last of all, this rift, That's a 2 and 1 in each adjacent sector. So we're going to go 1 here, and that's it. That 2 becomes a 1. Well, ZWEX, the corruption. So this game is set in a universe of another game that I have called Voidfall, which is right there, which you can't see. Oh, you can see. Cool. And basically, it's set in a futuristic place where these rifts have opened, and out of these rifts have poured the Voidborn, who are this sentient alien race that sort of manipulates people, it corrupts them, warps them to sort of following them. So in the game Voidfall, you play as these houses and you are sort of trying to repel the Voidborn from your area of the galaxy. This is set after that, I think, and basically all that's left of humanity is this Revenant ship. If you ever watched the first episode of Battlestar Galactica, it's that episode. So this ship is all of the last people in humanity, and these are the 7 great houses that are left, and they're being relentlessly pursued by the Voidborn. So even when they jump through hyperspace, the Voidborn just keep coming and keep chasing them. So you're just trying to find a home planet to land on, which, speaking of, we're actually going to do that now. Yeah. Very interesting. All right, so we have 3 of these to choose from in the final round. It's 1 per played frigate card. That's nice. It's 1 per played, or 1 per energy, and 2 for every one of those. Okay. How badly do I care about those? He's not gonna pick one that's bad for me. They're all pretty good for me. He's gonna pick the one that's resources. That's fine. Discovery cubes go back on the planets. Done that. We get 2 new cards. So I need an instant. I'm not going to use that political one. That's that one. Scrap for resources. That one looks good. Yep, that one looks good. And I might take a second one of those. Yeah, I've done some playthroughs of Voidfall. It's very, very good. Whoa. Okay. So we're up here on the 4th and final turn. So we've done that. We've replaced those. And that's it. Cool. Ooh, this is exciting. So their last turn. So they're going to flip, or their last turn. So they're going with Greenhouse, House Novaris, and they're going to go to the House Novaris ship, which is not. Oh, okay. So that's fine. It's going to happen anyway. So they're going to the Revenant. So the captain goes to the Revenant. His preference is the back, which means he's choosing one of those 3. I think he chooses this one. I don't think he randomizes. Hyper jump. Hypercharge in the 4th cycle. Choose the colony which they have the most influence with. Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. That's a reasonable one for us. It's orange is tied with Yarvek and yellow. So all 3 of those are actually tied in the same spot. So he chooses the one that I have the lowest with, which is Yarvek. Yeah, cool. So that is our location that we're hyper jumping to. That's fine. That's actually pretty good for us because he's not going to score big points for that house either. Exceptional stuff. Okay, the biggest issue right now is we've got we've got all of these ships that are going to pour damage into the Revenant. I want to protect my Xenor ships. That would be nice. Yep. How do we go about this? Do I just start off by absolutely nuking these guys? I want to level up my captain this turn. This scrap for resources card's quite good. Calling in favors doesn't really help me. Yeah, I think we can afford these guys to do some damage to us. Yeah. Yeah, this is the problem. So let's do this. We're going to play our Super Cadet, the Fanatic Innovator. He's going to go here on this orange ship. Going to gain a reputation with orange. I may have forgotten to do that last turn, as a matter of fact. Moved up there when I went there, but it is what it is. I feel like I went to him there. So the first thing he does is he gets to do a shot and a strafe. So he will do that. He'll move up to here. He also gains 1 science, which is nice. And when he kills that guy, we move up the tactics track. Perfect. And we will then do a damage to that ship and kill 3 more of these guys. 1, 2, 3. Putting us on the maximum. And I had to spend a science to do that, by the way. But then we gain a neutronium because we've maxed out the tactics track. Perfect. So that's good. I can strafe and move, but I won't because I want to use my captain's ability in a second. End of the round, I'm going to spend 3 science to level up my captain. My captain levels up. What a legend! Okay, so their ship, they're going on a drop ship that belongs to the Orange House. It's still in play. Oh, he's going to go here and land on that planet. I was probably going to do that. So that's a bit annoying. This planet might be good, actually. Fine. Yep, we can do that. Yep, my frigate can do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're going fine here. I think we're going to be okay. So do I do my captain now? I've gained the most reward that I need to gain. There's no additional benefit for my captain in going up any higher. So yeah, I think we do the captain now. I didn't take any other ones. So where did the captain go? I need to deploy a ship. So my last action is probably deploy a ship, isn't it? Need to go there, which means I need an energy. So I'm probably playing this defense matrix. And if I then follow that up with scrap for resources maybe, and trash these 2, yep, that'll work. So I need to play that house. There's a drop ship up there, not much good to me. There's a fighter here. That's okay. Fighter works. Captain can strafe, can do some damage. Yeah. Captain can move twice, actually. Yeah, I don't want. This one's a 1 session game. The Voidfall, there's actually a new expansion they just did on GameFound about 4 or 5 months ago, which actually has a campaign version of the game that I'm absolutely frothing. I can't wait for it. Still a way off though, next year. So my captain, yeah, I'm going to go with Xenor, and I'll land down there with my captain. Boom. I'm going to move this Xenor ship to here. This is a risk, but we'll see if it pays off. So the captain, he will remove 2 of these guys, 1, 2, using his ability, and move up the tactics track, which is fine. And then we'll remove 1 more because of the actual strafing, and that's cool. So then I'm going to play my defense matrix, and I can do that at a discount, but I don't need to discount it, so I won't. That goes here. Again, moves me up the tactics track. There's no reward for capping out the tactics track, so that's a shame. And then I can play scrap for resources for free, which I will, to discard these 2 cards to gain 3 resources of my choice. And those 3 resources will be 1, 2, 3, just so I've got a nice even spread. Wrong ship. No, that's a fighter. That's all good, isn't it? So I played the defense matrix first, which allows me to play a second card, which is this one. And my captain always gets to gain a reward for doing that. I think I'm right. Don't think I've done anything wrong yet. I moved up Xenor, that's it. And I played scrap for resources. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 played cards, so we've achieved our objective. I have... Oh, you're right. You're right. Damn, where's the black? Oh, here. Oh, that's fine. Thank you. My plan is correct. I just went on the wrong ship, and he can move 2 spaces because he's my captain. Good pickup, Cinzy. Good. Okay, last turn. So this guy is going to go to a fighter from House Novaris. He goes up House Novaris. There is no fighter from House Novaris, is there? No, only a drop ship. So he then goes to the Ark ship for House Novaris, which is destroyed. No, he's going to ruin my... No, he's going to do it anyway. He's going to deploy a ship. Yes, he's going to do it. Lowest numbered sector with no spaceships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't actually go there because there's a limit of 5. He can go there. Yes, he's done it for us, you idiot. You are an idiot. Great work, team. And when he moves to 9... he gets a influence with a house that he draws from here. So he gets an influence with House Yarvek. Fine, 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 fine. Idiot. I'll double check the ships in a second, but yeah. So my last action now is freed up. I was going to go deploy a ship, but I don't have to anymore. Oh, I also get to draw a card from that played scrap for resources. So what's the best option there? Probably another immediate effect one. Remote system hack. That's good. Up to 4 different things. After 4 different fighters remove guys from the same sector. That is outrageous. That is absolutely outrageous. So we'll definitely play that. Actually, do we need to? We probably don't need to. So where am I getting the most value? At the end of the turn, I might just discard that to clear this corruption, which will then get me an influence. So that'll be good. So I probably want to go to a planet. And this planet is not available. Shit! This planet is to do that action. I don't actually get any value out of that, but I'm going to do that anyway. Okay. green dropship sucks. I can't use that dropship, so I'll use my own frigate. So this guy goes on my own frigate. What a legend. We get to draw 3 of these cards and choose one. Won't be them, won't be them, it will be yellow. I'll move my frigate 1 space and it'll come over here and land on this planet. I gain 1 discovery data cube, which I then get to draw another one of these. I will take yellow again. Don't want either of those. I'm not doing that action because I don't have 2 science to spend. At the end of my turn, I'm going to discard this remote system hack to clear this last corruption, which gets me another influence card. And I'll take yellow again. Very nice, very nice. And those all go away. And that's the end of the game. I think I've done pretty well there. Pretty well indeed. I'm about to lose that yellow ship though. That sucks. No! Defense matrix! I gain 2 yellow resources. And I can place down 2 shield tokens in the sector I'm in there. That doesn't help me. Damn. If I then triggered this effect, instead of removing that corruption, maybe that's a better play, actually. So if I do this effect... Thanks, Jimmy. So I can place these here, and then I can remove a ship anywhere where there's a fighter. So I definitely want to remove this. Orange I need to keep more than anything else, more than yellow. Yep. So I'll remove this fighter using this ability. And then I will trigger this to move up to 2 shields to any sector. Good plan. That's a better plan. I think that gives me more points. Boom. Done and done. So, we move on to this. Pull me friends back. Pull these friends back. Planets come off, no problems. Turn order resets, no problems. We are having a fight. So we're going to do Sector 1, that's going to put 1 damage on that Dunlop ship, but it doesn't kill it. Sector 2, no aliens to attack. No aliens to attack. 1 alien to attack here. I'm the one who chooses it. Either of those are fine because it's not going to do any damage to kill him. Here, no guy. Here, 2 shields block their 2 damage. And unfortunately for us, up here, this guy chooses the damage. His preference is going to be... they're equally tied, so he goes to the leftmost one. Ah, yes. But he'll prioritize arc ship. I better read this, actually. This is going to be, could be quite crucial in the end. So, the Voidfall resolving player. Ships of the house they have the least influence with. Yes, so it is definitely going to be Xenor or Dunlork. From the above ships, above and the leftmost house. Okay, so he's going Xenor. If they end up targeting has multiple ships, select the one that needs the least amount of damage to be destroyed. Yeah, okay, so he's going to kill that dropship. That's bullshit. And that puts out a corruption, but that doesn't matter. And that is done. No damage on the Revenant. Fantastic. We move to final scoring. So I'm going to gain an influence with a house of my choice and a hidden influence. 1, 2, 3. So I think, how many ships has yellow got on the board? 1, 2. How many ships has Xenor got on the board? 1, 2. So it doesn't matter. Let's go with yellow. Then we get one of our choice as well. I will take orange to the maximum. Perfect. So that's reset those. We do this reward or this thing. Hidden influence. 2 times that. Yep. Okay. Cool. My scoring pad is required. I'm at a payphone. Where's my scoring pad gone? It's in here. Yeah, no, this is very good. This is a very good game. I am a fan of this for sure. So we start with scoring this card. So it's 2 times 4 resources. So I've got 8. So I'm going to gain 4 points for that. He gets nothing for that. This is my Kingdom Death pencil. The next thing we score is hidden influence cards, or what do? Do we apply those? Do you actually add them? Final scoring, 7 houses, check the power, check your total influence. Cool. Okay, so we're going to add this power. So let's confirm each ship. So Yarvek, we have 1 orange, we have 2 orange, we have 3 orange. So Yarvek is 3. Chevaeus, we have 1 there. Nothing else. Oh no, 2 there. So Chevaeus is back up to 2. Yarvek. So Yarvek has 1, 2, 2. Belatan has 1, 2, 3. And Yarvek's actually also 3 because they have the colony. Xenor, we have 1, we have 2, and that's it. Boo. Green, which is Novaris, has 1, 2, so they're correct. And yellow has 1, 2. Okay, so that was all the powers are now correct. All the powers that be. So I'm going to apply my hidden influence cards. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 with yellow. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 1 with Xenor. I go to there. So my score for orange is 3 times 8, which is 24. His score with orange is 3 times 3, which is 9. My score with Chevaeus is 0. His score with Chevaeus is 2 times 5, 10. My score with Yarvek is 0. His score with Yarvek is 3 times 3, which is 9. My score with Belatan is 0. His score with Belatan is 3 times 6, which is 18. My score with Xenor is 8, and his is 4. His score with Novaris is 10. Mine is 0. And my score with Dunlork is 14. And his is 4. This is going to be a much tighter game than last time. Okay, so I have both of these scored, which is 12 points. My captain rank, I have 1, 2 ranks of captain. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4 played cards. So 2 and 4 is 6. I think they were 2 points each, weren't they? 2 for each you played. Yep. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8 points plus 12 points for my captain cards. Earned 1 prestige for each played command card. So we have 5 of those, plus 1 prestige for every 4 resources. So that is, oh, including resources in corrupted compartments. Well, that's fine. So that's still 2 points plus that, which is 7 points for that. And then I'm -2 from the corruption on my board. This little thing, I forget what that is. Oh, that's the faith module scoring. This guy scores a bonus thing at the end. They earn 3 prestige for each step they advanced on the track, so they're 3 by 9, 27. Oh, this is going to be probably a Voidborn victory. I thought I was doing really well, and he's come in and crushed me. Let's find out. We'll do the Voidborn first. Nine plus 10 plus 9 plus 18 plus 4 plus 10 4 plus 27. He scored 91, so he would have beaten me in the last game. I don't think I'm going to beat him. 24 plus 4 plus 8 plus 14 plus 12 plus 12 plus 7. Oh, 81 minus 2. I scored 79. He beat me on medium difficulty. Damn, I thought I was doing really awesome. I needed to kill one more of his ships, basically. Do you know what cost me in that game? I was too efficient at killing the Voidborn. I killed too many Voidborn, and I didn't get to destroy enough of his ships. Because I was so high on the tactics track, I was the one who got to decide where the damage was allocated in a lot of areas. So actually, you don't want to go too much into damage. You want to have your frigate floating around to really decide where that damage goes. That's interesting. That's a really cool game. That is a very cool game indeed. Ah, damn. That was good though. That was good. You got to play on the harder difficulty sometimes to actually see how the game progresses. I mean, I didn't go up 4 of the tracks. I only went up 3 of the tracks. Take 3's a maybe. Yeah, take 3's a maybe. We could add the science module. I do want to get into this one though. So this one's my next plan. Age of Galaxy. Another spacefaring game of galactic civilization spanning stuff. And then I was actually really jazzed to play some more Euthia. So I think I might pull out Euthia on the weekend and set that up for a game on Monday night. Maybe we'll play some Euthia, yeah. Very cool. So, yeah, thank you for joining me tonight. Of course, Miniature Masters, if you missed the start of the stream, I'm a part of that show. I'm doing great stuff so far. We'll see if that continues. Smart Money says it won't. I actually got we got the trailer for the next episode. They sent us the trailer early. I can't share it. Sorry, don't ask. But it's a very funny trailer for the big dog. I turn into Maxime in this episode. So get ready for that. Yeah, this game's gonna place highly on my most played on my games of the year. I think I've really enjoyed this little experience quite a lot indeed. It's got some flaws. I will really have to try and play this with my bros, with my gaming bros, because I do think that this is a game that's going to elevate at multiplayer. Man, the last 3 months has been very difficult because no one in Australia even knew that I went. I didn't tell anyone. None of my painting friends. The only people who knew were my workmates because I had to tell them why I was taking a emergency 4 weeks off work. I had to explain to them what was happening, and they were excited, but they also didn't really understand. They're loving it, by the way. They're watching the show and getting right into it. But yeah, it was a tough couple of months, put it that way. And everyone that was on the show, we've all been chatting to each other, of course. There's only one person that figured it out, ZWEX, to my knowledge, mate, and that's you. And one other person, actually. One other person. I mean, I did say, and I wasn't like intentionally trying to drop hints or anything. I was just saying, yeah, I'm going on a holiday to Sweden. That's true. I did. I did that. So yeah, I hope people don't think that I was obfuscating the truth. We are on an NDA, so we're not allowed to reveal anything. I wasn't allowed to reveal anything. Expensive to breach an NDA, just for what it's worth. So yes, shan't be breaching my NDA. Apologies to those people who were hoping that I would spoil anything. I will not. I am no Tom Holland. One thing I have to give these guys is this is Mindworks. Who's this company that makes this? I'm pretty sure it's Mindworks. Yeah, really good little pack to organise it in. Very cool. Yeah, next episode's fantastic. I can tell you that right now. It is going to be a jaw dropper. Very, very cool challenge that was presented to us in this next episode. They did a really great job of putting forth challenges. Mind Clash, that's it, thank you. Yeah, they did a really good job of putting forth challenges for the painters that were pushing us outside of our comfort zone while not pushing us so far out that we weren't able to deliver a good result for most people. For me, everywhere's my comfort zone. It was a breeze. There was actually a moment where I was feeling very nervous. I don't feel nervous very often. I was nervous at one point, and it was actually in the first episode when I stood in front of the judges for the very first time. I was shitting bricks. I didn't look like it on camera, so I feel pretty happy about that. But it was so nerve-wracking. It's a really wild thing because I don't normally feel nervous. I get excited about most stuff. But yeah, standing in front of those guys, waiting for them to tell me if I'd travelled for 40 hours to get there just to finish up after the first episode. That was very unfun. And I'm sure you can tell from the thing, they stood there for like a minute just looking at you, just trying to get you to squirm. They were just taking as much time as they possibly could, just staring daggers at you. Thank you, Mr. Sealip. Yeah, we spoke about that. They actually planned on doing that. They planned on not eliminating anyone in the first week, which I think is a great move. Everyone was sitting down for the first time, and had not used the materials or the equipment. You know, we needed a low ball to just let us have a little play around. So Aaron is actually doing he's actually doing a Twitch watch along when the episodes release. AC Miniatures, so you should go follow him if you're not already. Unfortunately, the episodes release at 2 a.m. my time, so I will not be doing a live watch along at 2 a.m. That shan't be happening, much as I would like to. Shan't be happening. Maybe for the final. Maybe I'll set an alarm for 2 a.m. for the final. Or maybe not. You'll have to wait and see, friends. But it was a great experience. It was a great experience. I loved it. I loved it. I had such an amazing time. I have made amazing friends. I got to spend time with some people that I was already friends with in Natalia and Andy. Getting to spend time with Andy was actually, and Natalia was my little special gift, because both of those people I have spent time with before. Natalia, she came to Australia and stayed with me. Was a judge at Crimson, you know, has had a huge impact on us. And then Andy, the first time I went overseas to Monty, Andy was there and just welcomed me. All right, I'll tell you the story about the wombat, because this is actually a really cool story. So this is, I did explain this, so you might see this on the show, but I'll explain the story here now for people that haven't. In 2009, I was a part of the Australian team that flew over to a little town in Germany called Munster, and we were the very first Australian team to ever compete at the Warhammer European Team Championships. My mate Gav, who was also on the team, put together, we came up with this skit that we did where we bought a wombat and we pretend that we hit him with our car and we rescued him, and we decided to take him with us. So in 2009, he went to Germany, and he's been to every single international trip that I've ever been on since then. I've got photos of him at Monty. I've got photos of him at SMC. He went to the Seattle Lock and Load Grand Final. You can actually see him in all of these streams. You can see pictures of him everywhere. He's just a little fucking traveling guru, and he's been everywhere. The Pommies, because we used to do an Ashes tournament in Warhammer. One year, the Pommies stole him, and they then took him all around England to all these places. They shot him out of a trebuchet. He went to like the Leeds Armoury. He went to Nottingham Forest and just had a mad time. And he's actually got a Facebook page. You could follow Wally's Facebook page, but it hasn't been active for years. I don't even have the login anymore. But you get to see all these shots of Wally traversing around. They brought him back the following year, so we stole him back from the Poms. But anyway, the very first YouTube videos on my channel is Ozvision 2009, and that's us on our first trip. I documented the trip. I interview all the players. You get to meet Wally, and it's just a ripping good time. And so yeah, when I travelled to Sweden for a painting event, of course Wally came with me, because he comes with me everywhere. And very early on, if you look carefully, I was going and putting Wally on people's desks for luck. So Natalia thought he was bad luck. So anyway, that's the story of Wally. The little champion that he is. Did she steal him from me? You'll have to wait and see, mate. You'll have to wait and see. Very funny. All right, good session, friends. I'm gonna head off, and so I'm actually at the Guild's Inn this weekend, so I'll be down there, probably signing autographs. You know how it is. Not because of Miniature Masters, just because of me. And yeah, but I'll be probably back tomorrow night playing some games. We might try. Do I try and do Euthia tomorrow night, or do I try for this Age of Galaxy? I think we might try Euthia maybe. I know how to do Euthia. Enjoy. I'll catch you all again soon.